What's going on, y'all, man? Meet you for the Midwest podcast, man. I wanted to get back in here and give y'all the boxing results from this over the weekend. We had some fights on PBC. We had some fights on the Zone Boxing, man. Great fights. I wanted to get in a couple of the CompuBox scores and what I thought about the main four fights I discussed. The first one being Pitbull, Isaac Cruz. He had a fight with Angel Ferreira, but it ended up getting canceled. So Casico, Casito, Salcido stepped in for him. Omar Salcido. Um, he's a polished fighter. He's fought a couple of people. He's not like top ranked. He's not top five ranked or anything like that. But he had heart, man. He went all rounds with Isaac. He just wasn't able to like stun Izak or anything like that. So this was just a fight that Izak had in his bag. He was looking forward to that rematch. He got on at the end and said pretty much he feel like Angel tried to pull out and just say like, dude, if you don't want to fight me, man, just move out the way. We ain't got to do the rematch. I already beat you. You want a rematch because you felt like the fight was close. So if you seen something different, like you wasn't messing with me, then cool. Let step aside so I can go after this money. But nobody knows for sure what exactly happened. So as far as that fight go, man, it was a pretty good fight, man. Both fighters got some good licks in. Um, People be scared of Isaac, man. With him being smaller, like they say, like he's one of the smallest in the division. That don't mean that he ain't got no punch power. Like he's landing shit on top of niggas' domes, and he was catching Omar with some stuff. It bucked with him a couple times, but he was able to stay in there and make it all through. I want to say 10 rounds. So salute to Omar stepping in on 48 hours notice. Next fight I wanted to talk about was it would be oh, I guess we'll talk about the heavyweight fight right quick. Um, Heavyweight fight Usyk versus Daniel Du Bois, a rematch. Daniel was talking crazy, saying, "Look, all this in the past. This is now. And I'm about to beat you. I'm gonna knock you out. I'm winning them belts." And it did not go as planned. Um, I don't know what just happened here, but he won in either round five or seven. Five or seven. Usyk pulled out the win. He dropped Daniel twice during this fight. I think he landed about 55, 60 punches. Daniel landed about 31 punches. But when it comes to the power punches, Usyk was landing like clean shots. And with this fight, what I seen was that Usyk, with him being a cruiserweight at one point and gaining a weight, he kept his speed, so he got that advantage because he still got lightning in his fist. He still got lightning fast punches. And Daniel Du Bois is 243. He just like look like Donkey Kong. He just big as hell, man. So like usually with dudes that got all that muscle on them, they can't get their punches off how they want to. They come a little bit kind of slow. About time you throw one, Usyk already done threw like five on at your ass, and that's exactly what happened. Du Bois was landing a punch, and Usyk already had the counter left coming and caught him right clean on the jaw and dropped him. The second time he put him down, he just went straight down, like he was out of there. But he was able to recover, or at least stand up at the end of the fight, man. And Usyk, man, he's a problem, man. I think that makes him 24-0 with like 20 something knockouts. Ain't nobody in the division messing with him in the heavyweight. And one question I had is when will be the next time? Because he's from Russia, I want to say. When will the next time it be an American fighter? Like I'm so used to seeing like some type of American fighter come over and do something. Like since Wilder, he hasn't nobody's been able to get those belts back. Wilder, Jared Anderson, I thought he was going to be one of the next guys up, but he has no defense. Big Baby Miller, he just be talking and just weigh a lot. And um, I don't. It's not really that too many more Americans, man. After the fight, Usyk, they was asking Usyk like, "What do you want to do next?" Of course, he want to get a little bit of rest, but he said after that, I'll fight Cesaro, which is somebody about to retire. He said he'll fight Fury. He'll fight Joshua Parker or Anthony Joshua. And out of those names, the only one that's really deserves it is Joshua Parker, Joseph Parker, because he's been beating a lot of top quality heavyweights as well. But now you should give him a chance. Everybody else should have pretty much already beat. Derek is going to be an easy fight. He's going to knock him out. AJ, he already clapped his cheeks, put him down, pause. And then who was the other one I said? Joshua, Cesaro, and Fury. Like, come on, man. You already whooped on Fury twice. So just give Joseph Parker a matchup, man. I don't see nobody else in the heavyweight division competing with him, which is crazy because it's so many people that got potential. It's just like some people just be scared of this dude. And he looks like a serial killer from Russia. Nothing against Russia because I know one of my videos got blocked last time. I don't even know. I didn't even speak on Russia. But anyway, I don't want no problem with y'all. As far as Usyk go, he's a dog, man. In that heavyweight division, he's gonna have that belt for quite some time. He's only, I think he said he's 30. He's my age, 38. So usually around that time he start to climb, but he says 38 is his prime right now. So big salute to Usyk. Big salute to Daniel Dubois, Triple D, for going in there at least trying to make it a fight. Like he was doing okay, but it was just Usyk was a little bit faster and his punch was a little bit more powerful. Next fight I wanted to get into was the Fondora and what was that? Fondora and Tim Tszyu fight. That fight was it was a real damn good fight. Probably one of my favorite fights of the night. Fondora is the real deal, man. I thought that Tim was gonna be able to. I thought Tim was gonna be able to get his revenge. He looked good his last fight, but like I said, man, you got to go in there and get the work done. My thing going into this fight was that Tim has to get up close. He has to get in close on Fondora to even get a punch out because his reach so big. He's 6'5". I think Tim Tszyu is like 5'11", maybe 5'10", maybe 5'11". So you giving up a 5-inch reach and height is kind of hard, man. But every time Tim got in close, he was able to counter and put something right on Fondora. And I didn't like Fondora was doing that because it's like, dude, just go back to your jab. You're 6'5", your reach is 80 plus. Go back to the jab and pick him apart. And every time he tried to reach in for a punch, just hit him. And after a while, he started doing that. But this fight went 7 rounds. As far as the total punches, Fondora landed 152 punches to Tim Tszyu 72. Total jabs, Fondora had 34. Tim had 4 power punches. Fondora had 118 power punches. Tszyu had 68. Now, when it got to that 7th round, I didn't know what the hell happened because it was like at one point, I think they were saying, if I got it correct, at one point he got punched like Tim, that is, he got punched like 7 times in a row, and it was like he couldn't respond to it. He was just like a damn bobblehead. And after that, when the bell rang, he sat down on the stool. He was just like it was like he didn't know where he was, like he had a concussion or some shit. So when they came over, they was like, "Yo, you all right?" And he was just like he didn't know, like if he was on Mars or some shit. It was like he was out of there. So after a couple seconds went by, they was like, "Look, hey, no, hell no, throw the towel in, man." He probably got a concussion. Them nonstop punches, man, that was one of my biggest fears. That when Tim got dropped, he got knocked down like 3 times, like 2 fights ago, and he got beat so fast by this up and coming fighter that had the belt. Well, they had one of the belts, and he didn't look too good. But with this last fight, it gave him his confidence back. But then he also got dropped in the first round of this fight. So, and if you would have seen the look on his face when he got hit, he looked up to him like, damn, this is happening all over again. So I don't know, like he held his own for quite some time, but when they got to round 7, man, it was a bad sight to see. But I think it's coming time for Tim. Like, look, man, you done had your belts, you had your prime years, but after you start getting knocked out too much or getting concussions in the middle of a fight, it might be time to hang it up or fight somebody with less competition. But that's hard to tell a boxer because every boxer wants the belt. They're not trying to just fight to be fighting. But maybe you should be a prize fighter. Go fight some bums that you know you can beat. But as far as fighting these top guys, leave them the hell alone. Big shout out to Fondora, man. I know a lot of people was counting him out. I, for one, thought that he wasn't going. I thought he was going to continue trying to engage in Tim's type of fight. But instead, like I said, he used the jab. Even though he didn't, I mean, he only had 34, but then those power punches. every time he threw one, he threw something right behind it. So that's always good. Like I said, great fight, man. One of my favorite fights of the night. Last fight I wanted to get into was the Pac-Man Manny Pacquiao versus Mario Barrios. And this fight went a little bit how I expected. Mario Barrios showed Pacquiao way too much damn respect. And the only issue I have is this with boxers is if you're fighting somebody that just said that they retired and they come back after a couple years, they're pretty much saying, "Look, I retired, but I'm coming back, and I could whoop your ass. I could whoop your ass." So sign the contract, and with Mario signing, it's like, look, all that respect for you, all that being fanned out stuff goes out the window. You signed the contract at 46-year-old thinking that you could beat me when I'm 34 in my prime. I got to go out there and whoop your ass. And not only am I going to whoop your ass, I'm going to knock you smooth the hell out. You little midget, you. Nothing against midgets. But compared to Mario, Pacquiao's a midget. He's very short. Um, they just show way too much respect for Pacquiao, man. Pacquiao had his moments when he threw his little flurry punches and had the crowd going crazy. But Mario Barrios started picking him apart a couple of those rounds, caught him off balance a couple of times. But this fight went all the way to 12 rounds, and out of everything that could possibly happen, they make it a majority draw. To me, I guess I agree because Pac-Man, I didn't have Pac-Man winning the fight, and then I really didn't have Mario winning the fight because he was starting to slowly stop throwing punches. He was just letting Pac-Man just throw punches on him. He was just playing defense, getting up out of there. Pacquiao didn't land as much as he usually does. He's usually throwing about 75, 100 punches around. I think on average, this fight he threw like 50 punches around, which is like half of what he usually does. But it just shows that he slowed down a tad bit. Now, can Pacquiao beat some of these fighters that's still in the game? Yes. But I don't think he need to be fighting for no belt anytime soon. If he want to fight one more time, let it be Mayweather because I'm pretty sure that's what he called out after the fight. And as expected, I said if Pacquiao lose the fight, the first thing he was gonna say is, "I think I won the fight," and that's exactly what he said. So, yeah, man. If y'all got people coming out of retirement saying they can whoop y'all ass or they gonna win the belt off of you, man, put their ass down, put them down in the dirt, and make them go back to that retirement home, man. That's all I got for boxing this week, man. I will be updating y'all on all the new cards that's coming out. We should have some more good boxing the end of the month off. I'll tap back in with y'all, man. Like, share, subscribe to the Mechee from the Midwest podcast for your latest boxing updates.